I put the camera so far away. Ugh. Well, hello there. I'm Nusha, also known as Ferocious and Pretty Pens, here on YouTube as well as on Instagram, and welcome back to another video. Ooh. For today's session, we are going to be talking about handwriting in another handwriting hijinks. Insert clip here. Handwriting hijinks. Handwriting hijinks. It's been a while since I filmed one of these, and the reason I started filming these to begin with was because I wanted to impart the wisdoms that I have come across in improving my own handwriting to what it is today. In doing that, what did I do? What am I doing with my life? Am I having an existential life crisis right now? Awkward. So here we are again with another session of handwriting hijinks where I want to get a little bit more technical, but not too technical. In my quest for really understanding handwriting, I couldn't find a video out there that broke down the anatomy of what handwriting is, that explained it in just a very simple way. So we're going to start off with the anatomy of handwriting with a very special guest who I'll introduce in a second. When I started this whole thing, it was improve your own handwriting. It was never make your handwriting just like mine. But I'm going to show you my handwriting, and it's not to say copy it, because it's my handwriting. Get your own. Boo-boo. Just kidding. It's about improving your own and finding your own style. But if you want to copy mine, I guess it's okay. I'm going to show you how I shape my letters. We'll do a quick alphabet, and that'll be that. If you're not subscribed, I usually do this at the end of the video, but I'm gonna switch things up because I'm a modern lady and I like change. Yeah. If you're not already subscribed, think about hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so that you're notified whenever I release a new video. And let's just be honest with one another. You know you're already gonna like this video, so hit the like button already instead of waiting until the very end, because I know my bloopers are super awesome, but come on now. Alright, so my very special guest today has a PhD and is all about handwriting. We bear a very close resemblance to one another, and I will let them introduce themselves. She's going to explain to you some different aspects of handwriting. So with that said, I'll hand it over. Thank you, Nusha, for allowing me to join in on this handwriting hijinks session. My name is Prisimin Hildegard, or as the cool kids like to call me, PHO. I have a PhD, a professional hijinks degree in stuff and things. So for my portion of this video, I really want to focus in on the anatomy of handwriting. And a lot of this comes from typography, which is the ography of type. You get what I mean. Anyway, when you think about writing has an anatomy just like everything else in the world. I have an anatomy. I have a cranium, I have a mandible, I have phalanges, metacarpals. Thus, your letters also have a certain kind of anatomy. And for the purposes of this video, I'm going to put it up on screen so that you can see what it looks like. Now, when you're writing in between two lines, you have your top line and your bottom line. Your bottom line is also known as your baseline. And there's also something called the cap line, but in my world, the cap line and the top line are the exact same thing because I don't really care. It's just how I like to do things because I'm a thug and stuff. And so, you know, it is what it is. it's your world. Color it however you would like. Anyway, on top of this, there's also your ascenders and your descenders. Your ascenders usually go all the way up to the top line or the cap line, whatever world it is that you've created for yourself. And then you also have your descenders. Descenders have something called a beard line. Now, I have a lot of descenders when I write, but I don't have a beard. Anyway, as you are writing, it's important to think about these portions of the anatomy of your handwriting. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's also the midline. The midline is, you guessed it, the middle. It could be the exact middle, it could be a little up, it could be a little down. It just depends on what your handwriting is trying to evoke. You can have a higher or lower one depending on your letter formations. Now, with all of this said, why this is so important is because when you're thinking about consistency in your handwriting, it's not just about consistency in spacing this way. There's also consistency in spacing this way. Now, this way, I can give you tips and tricks, or I can't. Nusha will give you those tips and tricks when she shows you her handwriting sample. Mwah. But when she does that, she'll show you how you can use paper and ruling to your advantage in order to get this portion of your spacing down pat. Now, spacing on the horizontal axis is a little bit different. It's more about the best way to put it is kind of freeballing it, unless you get really tiny gridded paper, and that's up to you. But I shall leave it there. Anyway, thanks again, Nusha, for inviting me to be on this session of handwriting hijinks. I hope that I will get to see all of you again in the future. And yes, PH out! Now on to the writing portion. The moment you've all been waiting for, maybe. So you're probably looking at this wondering, Nusha, where the frick is your normal dot grid paper? And this is special because this is Claire Fontaine's French ruled paper. So what Persimmon was talking about, or PH, that it gives you the line spacing for a midline as well as your beard line. And if you want your cap line too, if you want it to be different. So this divides up each of these into vertical 4 segments. So this, I think, in my opinion, will help a lot with spatial awareness when you're developing letters. This helped me a lot, so my assumption is that this could help you too. I'll put a link in the description box of where you can get this. Now, I'm just going to go through and do a writing sample with my TWSBI Broad, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, please hold one sec. With this, I'm using a Broad TWSBI with Van Diemen's bioluminescence in it. It's a very wet ink, and it's basically a really dark navy. And so this will, something for under my hand, help you guys really get to see what I'm doing in here. And I might even blow it up to be even bigger. So let's just start out and see if I can see it. So I'm just going to do one set of letters, or one letter per boxamajig. D, E. Why am I saying the alphabet out loud? Not as if you guys don't know it. G. So this really helps with that spatial awareness as you're making your letters, as I mentioned. So you get to see that beard line down here with your descenders. And I'm just going to go up to the cap line, quote unquote, for my ascenders, just because it'll make it easier to see. So K, here's my alphabet. And I'm only going to do the lowercase, and that
The M is different because it has the 2 humps, so it takes up a little bit more room when you're writing it, so keep that in mind. Q. So how about those Dodgers? Just kidding, I don't know. Same thing with the W and the M because it has the 2 humps. Y and Z. Okay, that's the full alphabet. Now, with my handwriting, where this came from, how I developed it, I guess, is if you want to take a screenshot or, here, let me straighten it. So if you want to take a screenshot and print it or do whatever you want with it, you're more than welcome to, because I'm giving you full reign. But what I did with this and why this is a little bit different is when you look at some of the letters, you'll start to see some repeating shapes. And that's what I wanted to capture when it came to the consistency. So when I say repeating shapes, I'm talking about this. A, C, D, E, G, Q. Those have something similar. And then we'll use a different color for Halfolio's cannelle, cinnamon, whatever. So these are the ones that are similar here. So B is going to be similar to P. And then there's also, so you get to kind of see how these things are so similar. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's going to be like that. So once you start honing in on making, you know, your A's, C's, D's, E's, G's, anything that I put a dark dot over similar, then you start to gain that consistency. So for example, I'm going to do it really big down here. We'll do it this entire size. So A, C is literally just like A. D is just like A, except now you have an ascender. E, for all intents and purposes, is just like C and A, but you just have that boop in the middle. G is going to be just like A and all those other ones, but now you have a descender. So kind of get the idea. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm trying to create some sort of like an angle right here when I come up. That makes it, in my opinion, a lot more, I don't know, neat and angled and unique than just doing, for example, there's this A that sometimes people do. A is like this. That's not my A. I'm more of the angled type. But if that was my A, then all of my other letters would be similar to this. So when I did G, I would do just like that. I'd start with an O, and then I'd just come in and do the G. So that kind of gives you the idea around consistency with the letters. If you guys want me to slow this down or do a different rendition of this or just this, I can definitely do that, but I really wanted to hone in on what makes my lettering so unique and the spatial awareness of what it takes to get there. So like I said, I'm trying to keep my eye on making these letters that are in groups together as similar as possible. And I can even take it a step further to say that the Y is in this group too, because the Y at the end of the day is just all of these other ones without the top part of it. It still has this angle down here that I talked about. So yeah, there you have it. That's my handwriting in a nutshell. If you have ideas on how I can teach this better, because I'm literally winging this, I have no idea how to teach other people how to do this, let me know in the comments. And with that, I will hand it back to myself in the studio. All right.
If you have questions, put them in the comments and we'll do a Q&A in the next Handwriting Hijinks, and I'll go through your questions and answer them. If there's something specific that you're burning, that you're dying to know, oh, you have to know, put it in the comments and I will make sure that I put it in my next Handwriting Hijinks video. With that said, thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope the voice of Persimmon Hildegard didn't offend your ears too much and you stuck with it and you got a good giggle. That wig was really uncomfortable, by the way. Even though we're two separate people, I didn't wear the wig. She just told me it was uncomfortable. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and we'll see you on the next one. I hope you're doing well wherever in the world you may be, and don't forget, keep writing. Why? Why are you recording? Heidi ho yo. Burpees. I just drank some V8 because I'm old, and it helps me get my vegetables, or some of them at least. I don't know yet. We'll find out when I get to the editing table, room, floor. Everything happens in the same room, so I don't know. But you get my point. Okay. I look so awesome. Scrunch it, and la pièce de la résistance. These are cheapy glasses. What if I just, there we go. Nope. There we go. Yeah. And now you get the full effect. Okay, I'm going to change outfits or put on a sweater because I have to look different than myself. There we go. Let's take off the lip stuff. This person doesn't wear lip stuff. Hello! What do I sound like? I don't know. I'm not sure. What's my voice like? Am I like this? Hi. No. We're talking about handwriting. I have to be proper. Hello. Hi. What's my name? Persimmon Hildegard. Yes, okay. Hello. Hi. Hey. Hello. Nope, that's creepy. Ha, hoo, hoo, hoo. And I think it's important because I have shabada. What am I even doing with my life? I don't know. Oompa doompa doopa dee dee. Just dance. Do 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 do. Just dance. Na 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 na. Ow, I just hit myself. God. Inky, is my accent annoying? Am I annoying you? Yeah, I'm annoying you? Come here. Okay, well, I don't want to be annoying. I just want to be funny. I love you. I know, the hair is weird. The background's a mess. I didn't clean my house before this video because I was so jazzed about getting this costume in. Okay. Excuse me, cat. I was not talking to you. Or was I?